morning, YouTube, and welcome back to Jesse's Garage. We're excited to have you. So if this is your first time here, sit back and enjoy it. We really hope we can entertain you and kind of show you some goodies and kind of go from there. Now, if you've been watching, on the last video, we had a mail call video. And remember, it was a two-part series. That was part one. Today, we're getting ready to do part two. So let me tell you about two young boys. One of them is named Jace, and the other one is named Oliver. Now, Jace and Oliver, they have no idea that we're getting ready to mention their names. So if you're watching Jace and Oliver, which I understand from their father, that they are in tune with our channel. They watch all our episodes. And so I thought, man, I heard that, and I thought, I want to give them a shout out. So Jace and Oliver, thank you. Thank you for watching our channel here. So we're really excited to have you. Now, the reason why we're so excited, not only about them, is because their father really sent us some nice packages here. Actually, they sent us three. And no doubt, Jace and Oliver, they probably influenced Dad. And so, Jace and Oliver, kudos to you. Keep influencing Dad, by the way. All right, so now Dad, you probably heard me start off with him in one of our earlier videos where he sent me a ratchet, snap-on flat handle ratchet, and then, you know, I finished it, and, you know, he gave it to us, and I sent it back, and man, it's just been kind of nice interaction, just kind of going back and forth, and so lo and behold, he sent me a text message and said, hey, I got some stuff coming your way, and that's what we're going to review today. And so pretty exciting that way. So Brandon, thank you very much for that, to not only you, but to your lovely family. And let's get into the video. Let's look at the goodies that Jace and Oliver influenced their dad to send. All right, here we go. Let's jump on in. Okay, and we are back. So as you can see on our blue mat, we have all kinds of goodies that are on here, and we're going to just start looking at these one by one. Now, one of the things that Brandon does, he likes to go and do a lot of what I do. He likes to go on the treasure hunts for tools. And so he's racked up quite a collection, I understand. And this was some of his surplus that he's been able to receive over the years. And also the finds that he recently found as well. And so talk about that recent find. You might notice the line of screwdrivers that we have over here. And now Brandon, what was so cool is that he was watching our video on that Proto toolbox, and that I have some Proto, and I was getting ready to start filling it in with the drawer that I have. Well, anyways, he was at a store and he was shopping around, and lo and behold, look what this guy found. He found some screwdrivers, and so there were some Proto professional screwdrivers. So this one's the 9786 USA. Look how good the condition is on this thing. Man, how beautiful is this wooden handle, right? And everything just looks just clean. Man, I love that. And so he's seen those on the shelf, and he thought of me, and lo and behold, he bought them, and then he sent them over. So this is one. Now, this is a Phillips head, and you can see the condition of that. Man, it's just nice. Whoever owned these before he picked them up, they really took good care of them. Now, that one is just a solid wooden handle, but now there's also a set of these, and let's see if we can find that. The wear on the Proto portion is not as brilliant as the other one, but it has this metal cap on the end of it. But still, look at that. Man, I'm not going to do anything to these. These things are beautiful just as is. Now, this one's a flat hand, or excuse me, a flat blade screwdriver here. So, my goodness, I love that. And so that's going to add real nice into the drawer here. And then from there, you'll notice that we also have a long flat screwdriver on here as well. And so we come over here and look at this, and then we can see once again Proto Professional. And so this one has a little more wear, but it does have that cap on it. And so, wow, man, where do you find these that are in this kind of condition that way? So, man, I love that. We got a little shorter one that's over here as well. And so we're coming over here and we can see that that stamping, it just stands out real nice there, doesn't it? And so, my goodness, look at the chroming on there. Still clean. It's in excellent condition. Wow, I love that. And then we got a few more as we come through here. So this is a little smaller flathead that we're looking at here. Let's see if we can find that stamping on there. I think it's right there. Oh no, this one says not for electrical use, so it's probably on the opposite side. You probably can't read it on this one nearly as clear, but it's the matching one. Now this one is a little wider handle. I love that, but it has a little stubby flat screwdriver on this one here. And then not for electrical, so we know it's the same one. And then there we go. There's our Proto Professional logo that's on here. Goodness, look at that. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. All right, so moving on down the line, because we got a lot of stuff to go over here. And so Brandon hooked us up. And so this one here, again, it's just not quite as brilliant as far as the marking, but it's part of that matching set. Now this one is missing the cap. You can tell that there was probably a cap on it because of this little ridge right here that probably held that in place. But still, nevertheless, proud to own that. Proud to put that in my drawer. And so as we're coming through, we have another wooden handle one here. And so let's see here. I can't quite see the marking on this one, but we're going to try to look at that. Now this one's a little bit different shape. It kind of matches this one a little bit over here, but I don't see any marking on that one, but still likely it's right in that same era. So we got another Proto here, and so beautiful little stubby flat blade. And then this one, look at that. I saved this one for last. Man, how awesome is that? Look at this thing. Basically brand new. It still has the original wrapper on it. The plastic shrink that's on here to kind of keep the wood handle from being scratched. How awesome is that? Yeah, look at that. No striking marks on there. Sorry, I bumped the camera. No striking marks on that at all. Man, who has that? I don't know. Maybe a lot of people do, but I've never seen that. In fact, I don't have that in my collection. So had not seen that. So my goodness, proud to put that in the drawer. He sent over a bunch of slip joint pliers as well, and so some of these I don't think that necessarily we have a name, but he knows that we like to clean up old tools, and so they were just sitting around for him, and he thought, well, hey, let me get these bad boys cleaned up and sent over to Jesse's Garage and let him do what he does with them. Now, one of the things you might notice, this one has that the markings on here, the engraving on the handles. This one is plain, and so let's look at this other one just so we can kind of get a comparison over here. And so this one is in that plain marking as well. So we got some different ones that are here. I don't think any of them have a brand that I remember. Oh no, wait a minute. So this one here was a little bit different. So I remember Brandon, when I was talking to him, notice it's an old Ford slip joint pair of pliers. Wow. Now I have some old Ford wrenches and some things like that, but I do not have a Ford pair of slip joint pliers. Beautiful. Look at that. Beautiful, beautiful. Man, how much of a find is that? I love that. Man, thank you so much for that. Oh, we got one more apparently down here. Let's see here. This one is says forged steel. Forged steel. We'll look at the inside of the handle. Don't see anything there, I don't believe. And same over here. But man, goodness, still beautiful. Now notice this one here just seems like it's, well, to me, a little bit longer, but these things have some age on them. I wish I had some markings. Now this one here, you can tell it's kind of been sitting around somewhere, some moisture, mainly on this side, because it's all ate up from past rust and such like that. But anyway, so we got 4 pairs right there. And then notice that he sent over these I forget exactly. Do you remember what these pliers are called? No, these are Craftsman, but these multi-layer pliers that are here. And so let's see if we can find that there. So we can see that where it has the Craftsman mark on there. I think the other side is maybe a little bit cleaner. Well, maybe about the same. And so, well, my goodness, I think these will clean up real nice and neat. So another pair of slip joint. And he knows we like to collect some old Craftsman pair of pliers. And so this is going to clean up really well. And then we'll throw that into our toolbox that we have where we collect our Craftsman stuff. So my goodness, so that makes 5 pair right there. And while we're on the subject of pliers, notice he also sent over this pair. Now this one has the double line, and so that kind of dates it back just a little bit. So this one is 45382, and so this thing is clean, clean, clean. Love that. And so, goodness, so we love that. Man, so far, look at this goodies that we have over here. Going back to the screwdrivers, just because I forgot, you know, I love these wooden handles that we have there. Now I have a few, but I don't have this one here. Now notice as I come around, which brand this is. It's an old Dunlop that we have right there. And man, look at that. That is just nice, isn't it? And so some of these, man, I've cleaned them up, and some of them I left just the way it is, but I don't have this one here. It just feels good. It's heavy in the hand. I love that. Wow. So that, and then check out this one. And so this one, I did not find a maker's mark, but I did find, it says made in Sheffield or something like that. Can you read that? So maybe you can see it better on camera as we get going. Instead of my little tiny screen that I have that I'm working with. But look at this ball handle. Man, talk about comfortable. Now, it's flat over here, and then it goes into the blade portion over here. Has this little ring that's kind of cupped up against the wooden handle. But this ball, what do we know about this? I have not run across this, so I do not have one of these. So how about you friends out in the tool world that are watching right now? Can you give us a little bit of history on this? I love that. Man, I can imagine if you're cranking down, look at that, it just fits into the palm of your hand. That ball just fits really nice like that. So I love that. Man, that's an awesome find for me, I think. All right, and now we have this red-handled one, and notice it's a Miller's Falls. And so, wow. Look at that. The handle is not cracked out. I haven't cleaned it up. I haven't wiped it down or anything. But beautiful. The shape of that blade is, the tip on that is nice, nice, nice. So I have some Miller Falls stuff. And so, but I do not have any red handle Miller Falls. And so beautiful. All right. So there's that portion there. Now, speaking of Ford, I believe if I remember correctly, let's see here. I think it's on this side. Yeah, this is another Ford wrench. And so, so we have the box end on this side, the open end on this side. And so, my goodness, that's going to go into our Ford drawer. I have a drawer where I collect some old Ford stuff. And so, wow, wow, wow. I love that. So, and incidentally, my old Ford stuff, I don't go through and clean them up. I just try to leave them as is and try to preserve them that way. Brought us over some shears. He sent us over some shears this way as well. So let's see, forged, I think it says USA on this side. I think it probably says forged USA on this side. So my goodness, look at that. That is awesome. That is amazing in so many different ways. It's not even funny. All right, so I'll put that right over here. And then he sent us over some little F wrenches. And so now this one here, look at that. Now, one of the things that I don't think I ever put into a video was one that I found when I went to like a garage sale. The gentleman was selling some old tools, or actually some Snap-on and Blue Point and different things like that. And when he did that, I happened to see this old wrench. And so that old wrench that was sitting there, I went through and I kicked it and I said, what do you know about that? What are you going to do with that? And so he says, you know what? You can have it. And I said, man, all right, I love that. And so I went through and I picked it up and I brought it home and I cleaned it up. Now this one here, I'm gonna show it to you in just a minute, I think. And so this one here, can't quite read it, but I do love these old ones with the wooden handles. So let me go grab that one real quick. Let me run off camera and I'll be right back here. Let me go grab it. All right, and I'm back. So here's what we are looking at. So this thing was a hunk of rust when I got it. And so now this one here, as beautiful as this bad boy is all the way around, I do not have a maker's mark on it that I could do. Now look how smooth that thing rolls. Man, look at that. Man, this thing didn't even move when I got it. And so the gentleman that I got it from, his father had passed away. He was getting rid of some of his tools, and this was one of them. And so now I feel bad about kicking it while it was on the ground. But I sent him a picture afterwards, and he really loved that. But look at that. It has a wooden handle on that. And that's the reason why you can see why I'm so excited about what Brandon sent over. And so I love these little wooden handle pipe wrenches, these F wrenches and such like that. And so this one just cleaned up gorgeous. Look at that. Oh, I love that thing. All right, so there's enough of that. This isn't the old pipe wrench show. This is just what Brandon sent over. All right, so we have that. We have a number of other ones that he sent over as well. Some surplus stuff that he has in his collection. And so how awesome is that? And so, man, we're excited. Now, I haven't got a chance to unscrew all of these just to see if there's a maker's mark on these, but we will. We'll be trying to, in fact, I've had some comments about some pipe wrenches and such like that, that I think we're going to try to do a video at some point, just nothing but pipe wrenches and F wrenches that we have in our collection here. And so, my goodness, talk about adding to it. Look at that. That's just beautiful that way. Isn't that just a beautiful shape as that head comes around? It's taller over here on this side. Man, that's gorgeous, flat all the way across. Now this one here says Wakefield, and so a number, what is that, 19 I think it is. And so, wow, beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. This is going to make a nice cleanup here. I don't know if this one, if I can read anything on here. Let's see here. So made in USA and 9 auto, something like that. Let's look at the other side. No, I don't see anything on that one. Let me just double check on this one here. All right, so I don't see it there either. Now this one has a little bit of an indent right over here, so I think maybe they were trying to make a more of a comfort grip handle. So this one's another made in USA 9 auto. What do we know about that? I have not researched that. This one, oh, there's probably a logo there. I don't know what that logo is. Is that a Billings logo? I don't know what that is exactly, but it says number 32. So maybe if we can get the camera to focus in, maybe you find folks know that logo, or maybe it's a V for VL check. I don't know. So what do you know about this? Do you have that in your collection? So if you do, boy, put that out there. Okay, last, and I asked Brandon when he sent all this, I said, man, I got so many questions. And so this was one of the things that I asked him about. But my goodness, I am so sorry. I do not remember what he told me this was for. And so maybe Brandon, if you're watching, maybe you can tell us a little bit the history on this, or what it's for, or any of you fine friends that are watching out there, maybe you can help us track that down. So as we come through and look at this, we have a P and C, I believe is what it was. And so it's a socket on this side, obviously, but this extended portion here, that's kind of different in it. So I love that. I don't have that. And so I want to add that into my collection as well. All right, this is about half of what he sent over. So give me just a moment. Let me pause and let me kind of get this put away, and then we'll come back and show you the rest. All right, we'll be right back here. Okay, and we are back. Now, we have a little bit more than this, but we're going to fill up the space here, or at least I think we're going to fill up most of the space that's on our mat here as we get going. But you might notice we have an extension to begin with, and so on this extension we have a 10-inch there. Now, what's cool about this is that Brandon had seen some of our other videos. In fact, I'll flip it over the other way, and notice it's a Powr-Kraft. And so he's noticed that we have been collecting a little bit of this Powr-Kraft as of late, and that was something that he felt like we needed to probably add to our collection. How awesome was that? Look at that, a Powr-Kraft 10-inch extension that's there. Speaking of other extensions that we have, let's look and see what else we have here. Notice we have a Craftsman, and so this is a double line V. And what is this, like a 5.5, 6 inches? Yeah, so five, a little more than 5.5. So as far as this extension, 1/2-inch drive, double line flying V, and man, always a nice ad. You can't get enough of those things, I think. And so this one here is a single line V, Craftsman, and so same thing. And so, man, goodness, how beautiful is that? So that is absolutely stunning. So I think this one's like 5.5. This one's probably closer to maybe that 6-inch mark. So there's that. We have another little short extension. So another Craftsman, another single line V, 1/2-inch drive. So he had laying around that way. Notice this one is some brand new, it looks like to me, spark plug socket. And as we go through, it's an SK tools. And so how awesome is that? It still has a sticker on it. I don't know if we can read what that says. But anyways, maybe you can read it better on camera if I even got it the right way. And so, but anyways, so brand new SK spark plug socket. So we love that. My goodness. All right. So now from there, we have another additional socket, and this is a right. And so remember the review box, the mail call that we did in regards to right. Now this is probably a 1/2-inch drive, so that's not going to go with that box, but it's another right. So that's another addition that we had on there. And so let's look at this socket rail. Now this socket rail is kind of old and kind of brittle just a little bit, but we're going to look. And so we got another socket here. Looks like it's probably SK. And so let's see if I can see SK that we have right there. And so that is cool. Is that an SK Wayne? I believe it is. So I have a little bit of a collection going on in regards to that. Get this bad boy, throw it in that box. So we love that. The next one that we have here, so he's wanting to add to our Proto collection. Check that out. So we got a 3/8-inch drive on a Proto. And this one here, let's see here if I can read it. If we have it, is that a 15? Yeah, 15 millimeter. So we have a 15 millimeter there. So we have our next one. And this one here is going to be a 16 millimeter. So we have progression going up. So we love that. Let's see what this one is here. And so this one here is a 16 millimeter. And then this one is an Allied. So, or Alien. Is that what that says there? It's hard for me to see through this camera here. Alien. So we have another socket that's there. And then let's see if I can get this bad boy off. We'll go with this one first. And so this one here is looks like probably a Craftsman maybe. Yep, Craftsman. And so a G1, I think is what that is there. But this one is a size 13 deep well. And this one is on there. Boy, I got to tell you. So let's see. Oh, I got it. And so as we go through and look at that, Powr-Kraft, check that out, 17 millimeter, man, 3/8-inch drive, cool, cool, cool. All right, so we got some sockets over here that we have going on, so nice add-on to our collection. And now notice we have this rail back here, and so this rail, as we look at it in the light here, we'll pull out this big one here, and as we can see, if I flip it around, this one here is going to be the Industro Supra or Super. And so now this one here, let's see if I can get the size on it. It's 1¼ inches. So that's the largest it goes. And then as we go down and break it down even further, we got a 1⅛. So my goodness, look at that come together. Now I've been collecting these where I've been trying to piece it together, and so this is really going to be a real nice ad. So put that in my little box that we have there, or create a rail. So we got the 1 inch. Man, look at this. So we just have them going down the line here. How beautiful is that? Now this one was the only one, I believe, that's not the Industro. So this is a Powr-Kraft. So my goodness, we got another Powr-Kraft. We're going to put that one right over there. So let's see here. This one might be a little bit different. Let's see here. So this is Industrial Super as well. And so this is a 7/8. That actually goes in that. So we got a 7/8, and then we got 13/16. So as you can see it there, so that's awesome. Got a few more of these to go through, and 3/4 inch. And as we go through, make sure that these are all supers. Yeah, so there's another one. And so we have this one here that's going to be the 5/8, so super as well. My goodness, look at that. Got a whole set here going on. And so 9/32. You had 3 more on this rail, and so 9/16. So the next one should be a 1/2 inch. Let's see here, a 1/2 inch. So the super, and so you might recall that Industrial, they have the super, and then they have the select, and then they have a few other ones here, 7/16. So look at that, beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. So we've got to probably straighten out this rail maybe a little bit, but that's easy done. And then we kind of go from there. So, man, goodness there, Brandon. Thank you so very much. Or actually, I maybe should say thank you to Jace and Oliver. All right, so we have that part there. Now, let me go grab a few of the other ones. In fact, we'll stay with me right here on camera. I'm going to show you a few things. In fact, I'll just reach over here and grab it. Notice what else he sent me. So he sent me still in the bag. So we have this double box end ratcheting wrench. And so you can see here, it's, see if we can see through the plastic, it's a blue point that we have here. And so still in the bag, 9/16 on this side. Let's see if we can read it. Sorry about that. 1/2 inch. So 1/2 inch, 9/16 blue point, still brand new stock in the bag here. So we look at our sticker, that we can see it's came right off that Snap-on truck. And so voila. So my goodness, look at that. I'm not even going to take it out of the bag. I'm going to leave that one in the bag, obviously, right? Now, the next thing that he did was he knows that I get into these old Snap-on flat handles, and so notice he sent over a repair kit. I believe that one goes to our 71M, and so if I ever need that, or actually no, this one's different. This one's different, and so this one is RA711. So this goes to a different line of ratchets. In fact, I'm going to give you an example of that as we get going. But remember when we redid Luke's, I couldn't find that red label. Look at that, man. We got one, and we got the rebuild kit that's here as well. And so we got just, man, how awesome is that? We got this rebuild kit that he sent over. So that's beautiful. Okay, so now in the line of some sockets and also some wrenches, he also sent over some other goodies. And so let's look at what else he sent. And so we'll start off with this one here. And I probably should have gone through and cleaned this up just a little bit so we can read it. But it's an old Pennins, I believe it is. And so see if we can read that there. So it's an old ratchet. And so as we're coming through and looking at this, it's a 1/2 inch ratchet, but look at that. That thing is nice. It needs to be a little cleaned up, but my goodness, that thing flows freely that way. And as far as rust, not really. As far as grease, yeah. So they are a little dirty, but hey, we ain't scared of a little bit of dirt, are we? And so not around here. So anyways, if I rub that maybe a little bit, since my fingers are already dirty, let's see if we can get a little better view on that. So hopefully you can read that a little bit better there. But anyways, we'll go through and get this bad boy cleaned up and put it in our drawer, and voila. So we have that. Now it came with a socket on it, and lo and behold, check this out. It's a long C socket, and this is a 7/8, and this is a circle H that's on there. Wow. Look at that, deep well, circle H, long C. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. That's an awesome, awesome find. That goes really well with my collection. All right, and then from there, he sent over a snap-on ratchet, and so this snap-on, as you can see here, it's the F, what is that, 723, I believe. The F723 3/8 inch drive ratchet. Now this one here, the owner went through and he put some owner's marks in there. So he wanted to tattoo this bad boy up and make sure nobody's going to take it. And so, but whoever it is, we got it. All right, and this bad boy, same thing. Look at that. It just beautiful, beautiful. So we're going to add that into our snap-on drawer. Love that. He sent over another snap-on. Check this one out, little stubby. And so let's see if we can read that there, FX720. And so, wow, look at that. That is nice. Now I'll try to put some date codes on here so that way you guys can see how old these ratchets are. But look at that. Ain't nothing wrong with this thing. And so, I mean, how beautiful is that? And a little stubby in your hand and away you go. That is awesome, amazing. He sent over an extension, another snap-on extension, an FX8. And so, wow, look at that. So let's see, the reference on here is probably the 8, or is it a 10? Yeah, so 8. And so we're going through it. It's an 8-inch extension. That's what that FX8 stands for. And so beautiful on here as well. Everything is in beautiful condition. So voila, we have that. Now, he also seen me whenever I did that video about tool abuse, and he was talking about, we were talking about bring out Big Hoss. Remember Big Hoss was that 3/4 inch ratchet. So if you haven't seen that video, you probably ought to go look at that. And so he sent me over some 3/4 inch sockets that go with my 3/4 inch options that I have, whether it's the breaker bar or the ratchet. So this is an old Williams, and so H1258, and so this one is a 1 13/16. And so, wow, that's a big bad boy. I mean, that kind of gives you an idea. Now this one here, what did we say this one's? 7/8, I think is what it was. So just to give you a comparison, 7/8, look at that. You mean some business when you're dealing with this bad boy here, right? So we have that. So I'm going to put this right over here and make some room because we got a number of these. And so as we're going through, about dropped my whole box here. And so as we go through and look at this, this is another super. And so, man, look at that, industrial super. And so 1 5/8, and so the 3/4 inch. And so, man, I've never owned one of these. So I'm excited about that. So our next big one that we have over here as well, that we have, let's see. Oh, I try to look this in the magnifying glass, and I couldn't find a brand on here, but it's an impact socket. And so I think I measured it. I think it was like 2 inches, I believe. Does that sound right? Maybe an inch and, no, it's an 1.5 inches, and it's something like that. So, and so that's a pretty good size socket as well. So my goodness, sometimes when you need that bad boy to put on the impact, you're going to need it. And that's where I have it right there. All right, our next one here that we have, check this out. It's an old Craftsman, and it is a single line V. Now that ratchet that I brought out that was 3/4 is a Craftsman. And so I believe it's a single line V as well. So that's going to go right in that box. So we love that. And then we have another one, 1 5/16. Now this is one from China, but my goodness, when you get into these 3/4 inch and you need options, there ain't nothing wrong with that. And so we're going to put that in there as well, just as a backup, just in case we need it. And so this one here is a Speedmaster, 1 5/16 as well, 3/4 inch. So we can see this thing is the sides, the walls are really clean. So that's beautiful. We love that. We got 2 more to go, and then we're going to finish up with some wrenches, I believe. So this is a Williams. Now this one is tattooed as well, but that's okay. When we're wrenching, right? And so 1 1/16 is what this one is here. So that's beautiful. And then our last 3/4 inch socket that we have is 1 1/8. It's in amaloy. And so as we go through and look at that, and so, wow, man, look at that. Look at this whole collection that we have going on over here, right? So how beautiful is that that way? And now let me bring over some wrenches and let me kind of show you what we have. I'm going to get a rag and wipe my hands down because I don't want to get them all dirty. So give me 1 second here, and let's get some wrenches going our way. So the other thing that Brandon sent over was some Proto professional wrenches. And so this was, and these are metric incidentally. And so, wow, look at that. 1224M is what we're looking at here. So how beautiful is that? And so, my goodness, these things are in really good condition. I can't even believe he sent all this. Can you believe that? Is that crazy or what? All right, so we got a 24 millimeter. We got a 23 millimeter. The next one is, let's see here, it is a 22. The next one is 21. And so, let's see, I'm running out of space. I got 2 more to go here. Let's see if they are in order. We got a 20. And then our last one that we have here is an 18. So I got to work on trying to find that 19. In fact, I'm going to go look through my drawer and I need to see if I have that. But look at that. How beautiful is this collection, right? And so, man, that is amazing. Now we got 2 more wrenches, so let me dig those out and then we're done with the video. All right, let me grab them real quick. So as we look at these, check out what he sent over. Man, look at that. Is that a beautiful wrench or what? This is a 1 5/16, or excuse me, a 15/16 wrench. And look at that. It is literally 100% brand new, never been used. And so, wow, look at that. Gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous. In fact, it's so gorgeous, I want to just display it, I think. All right, he sent over another one. And so when we hold the 2 together, this is what he sent over. 15/16 and a 3/4 inch. And so, wow, look at that. These long handle snap-on wrenches. And so as we're looking at that again, literally I asked him, I said, you know, part of my question was, these things look brand new. He goes, yeah, they are. They've never been used. And I'm thinking, what in the world? How can we be so blessed like that to be able to have this to add to our collection? How awesome is that? Would you not agree? Look at that. Now, I already put away the screwdrivers, but this is just the second half of what he sent over. Man, that is amazing. Okay, let me stop right here. Let me go get set up and I'll be right back. Okay, and we are back. All right. Wow, what do you think about that? That is just totally amazing. Now, there was so much stuff and it weighed so much. It came in 3 different boxes, or 2 boxes and a bag, actually, is what it came in. It's just totally amazing, isn't it? Brandon, I don't even know what you were thinking. Jace, Oliver, I got to tell you, you got an awesome dad going on there. So you need to cherish every single moment you have with your parents that way. And so thank you for being a good influence on him, by the way. But really, truly, this is just a beautiful gesture. Brandon, I can't say thank you enough. I really appreciate you. But even besides Brandon, remember yesterday we had Rob and we had Tyler, we had Kevin, and remember videos before that, we had all of those other friends and family that donated a bunch of tools to help help us get our channel going and such like that. So yeah, just this community that we have, it is 100% amazing. I cannot even begin to tell you. And it's thanks to you subscribers that are watching our channel, giving us your support, commenting. So tell us what you think about this mail haul, this mail call tool haul. So put your comments below and let us know what you think that way. So totally amazing. Hit that like button. If you're brand new to the channel, these are the kind of actions that we do. We just love giving back. And incidentally, this time around, we were able to receive. Wow. Again, I can't even think about it. It's just mind blowing. It's just so good. All right. So again, welcome back to Jesse's Garage. And if you're new, welcome to Jesse's Garage. And until next time, we'll see you on the next one.